Bam! Right back up in ya. Ugly face, beautiful face, regular face, whatever. Good to see you, folks. Glad to have you back. Carolina Keith, regular Keith, Professor Keith, whatever you want to call me. Hang on, my phone's blowing up. Yeah, sorry. Nick was just texting me to tell me I'm an idiot in fantasy football. Whatever. It's all good. I won last week. I probably won't win this week. Devontae Smith has a bazillion points. So, hope everyone had a good week. Glad to see you all back. I prefer just Keith, but you can call me whatever you want, including I hate Keith. What an idiot Keith is. Arrogant piece of crap. Jerk Keith. Cocky Keith. Keith should stick to charts. No worries. I'm here for all of it. I'm glad to have you here. Let's get off into it. Crypto After Dark. Glad you're all here. If you would, please go hit the like button. They're free here. They cost nothing to hit like. $0. Free dollars to hit the like button. The more likes we get, the farther up YouTube pushes us up the algorithm. And I want you folks to know that it is working. When you go hit like and people come and people watch, we're getting new people on who are just going on YouTube and finding us, which is awesome. I was waiting for this to happen, the moment where I would get people tell me, oh, I just saw you on YouTube. Dude, that's great. That's excellent. That's exactly what I was hoping for. I'm not sure how they found us. They just found us on YouTube, which is great. Could you imagine, your first dabble into crypto as you walk in and the first thing you find is BitBoy? Or the first thing you find is wacko moonhopium stuff. Instead, you stumbled into this, which will be one of the most in-your-face and realistic live streams that you'll ever see, where someone comes on, looks at a chart, and tells you what do you think is going to happen on any chart that he sees, that anyone says. It doesn't matter what it is. We'll look at it and kind of think about it, talk about it, analyze it, and see what we can come up with. We do this every single Thursday, same time, 11 p.m. Eastern. Never. We have missed a couple live streams, but it's either because I'm out of town or got something going on or whatever. And we usually have a separate stream before that. So we have some kind of stream that week. And we still put out videos, once every week or so, once every couple days throughout the week. I try to hit them on Tuesdays, unless we got something else going on. Friday is the best day, Google tells me, but a lot of people put videos out on Friday, and I don't want to get lost in the shuffle. So, without further ado, let's have a gander at the charts. Then we'll say hey to everyone in a couple minutes. So, DXY, it was the thumbnail. Why was it the thumbnail? Because this thing continues to perform like an absolute champ. Every single time that I think the dollar is going to fold up and roll over and quit, thing snaps back and throws a big green candle right in my face, and there's nothing I can do about it. By the way, everyone tell me if the stream is low quality or doesn't look good, and I can adjust it if I need to. I changed the link at the bottom there where it says wop.com/team786. That is us, folks. If you click on that, that'll get you subscribed to our Discord and get you everything that comes along with it, all right? Which is nonstop 24/7 TA from around the world. We have a ton of team members. We have a ton of people in there learning, and it makes me so happy to see people talking and communicating and sharing their knowledge. Now, this thing has surpassed the 236 level, bullishly bounced off of it, which was, I'll put an arrow on it for you right here. Bullish bounce on the 236. At the same time, bounced off the 21 EMA quite beautifully. All right, after that, what did it do on? Later, it broke the 382, which was yesterday. After flirting with breaking it, rolling over and failing, now it has pushed through. It is running into a high time frame resistance zone. I had this level marked off as a potential level where I thought it would run to and stop. And sure enough, it's run right directly up into that level. It went a little farther than I thought it would. I will admit, I expected this thing to fall short and roll over and quit, and it absolutely showed power. So why do I bring all this up? Well, the interesting thing is the correlation that we see with the dollar going up and risk assets going down. Now, it isn't always a one-for-one, all right? So I want you to understand, it doesn't mean just because the dollar goes up that everything goes down that day. It's not like that. There's usually this period of sway back and forth where you start to see things change. I've seen no change in the dollar here. This thing broke a downtrend, cracked the new uptrend and hasn't even rolled back and have a bearish retest or a bullish retest or nothing. It's just clean broke through it and taken off. And as a matter of fact, if I flip to the weekly here, you'll see exactly what I mean. Just power. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 weeks in a row. The dollar has went straight up. How about that? That's really impressive for the dollar. And if we go back in history just a little bit, I mean, even back to when we had our bull run here, we didn't have 9 weeks in a row green all through here at all. Not a bit of it, right? I'm sorry, bear market. We didn't have 9 weeks of green through here at all, which is crazy that we've got 9 weeks now, and it's kind of held on, which shows us that the sentiment is slowly shifting little by little. We're seeing more people come in on risk assets and be prepared to put money in. All right, I've kind of analyzed this back here and say, hey, we're in this area and yada, yada. And I think we do have one more push up here before we absolutely pull everything back. You know what I mean? But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I do expect this to roll over and quit at some point, and then I expect our bull market to start. But we haven't gotten there yet. With this thing going up as fast as it's going up, and the strength and momentum that I see here, I have a hard time saying that anything is super bullish until then. You know, this thing breaking the 382 like it did kind of lets me know that maybe next week is a little bit of a lull, maybe a slowdown. 9 weeks in a row, it's got to throw a red candle in here somewhere. After that, we may just get another retest of that 382 line, a push through that red line, that horizontal red line that you see there, and a move straight on up, right on through to the 50 fib. Honestly, if we're going to do this Forex style, and we were looking at a 5-minute or a 15-minute chart, there are liquidity gaps here. You can call them liquidity gaps. You can call them lack of retraces. You can call them order gaps. I don't care what you call them. As long as you can see that some of these candles have not had a retrace behind them. Anytime you see a lot of up or a lot of down, you want to see candles come back and retrace it and close that inefficiency or close that gap, close that non-retrace so it can move back in that same direction and keep going. That hasn't happened here yet on the large red candle that you see right here that happened in November of last year. All right, right through here. Oh, didn't mean to do that. Right through here is a liquidity gap. There is no retrace back here. All right, I would like to see candles retrace back there to close that so that we could get that gap closed and then roll back over it and do our thing. However, there's still a large amount of gap in there and a large amount of time that it would take to close said gap. All right, right there you go is the liquidity gap from wick to wick. And we wait. All right, now it obviously could go up a little bit higher to the beginning of this candle. Some people count it as the body down to the next wick. I just went wick to wick. All right. You know, there's a high probability this thing just keeps on trucking here, goes right on into that red zone and flips. Now, we have FOMC news next week. The federal government's going to decide whether they keep rates flat or whether they raise rates or whether they cut rates. Got to be honest with you, I don't see rate cuts happening. If anything, flat or raise. Now, people are expecting a flat rate. Got to be straight. Inflation went back up. They were very, very, very stern about we wanted it down to 2%. It's back up to 3.8. All right. They did not want to see that. So, got to raise rates back up. Got to sell bonds. Not great, but that's just the way it is. And if that continues to happen, you're going to see bond prices continue to go up or sideways, not come down, which means you'll see less risk being taken, which means you'll see risk assets sell off, or at least you should. That's why I bring up this correlation. That's why I talked about that's why I put the dollar index as the thumbnail. I want everyone to know that there's a heavy correlation between the DXY and what everything else does. All right. So I want you to keep this in mind. I do expect some red in here somewhere. You can't have this many weeks in a row without a retrace. Let's be real. While it has stair-stepped its way up, it's got to come back at some point. All right. Let's go say hey to everyone. Y'all hit like if you haven't. Free dollars to hit like. It costs zip zero nada. All right. When Mullet says it means we wait and wait and wait. Exactly. King of Light, what's up, brother? Good to see you. Ryan McDonald, what's up? Jeremy Monroe, he says we're the trouble. That's right. Tex, what's up, brother? Farouk Ascroft, good to see you. Tyler Anderson, what's up, my guy? Ariana, how are you? Dab, nice flush into the equinox would be good, right? Oculus Vision, how are you, ma'am? Good to see you. What's up, Cheesy? He says, oi. Don't have a Foster's, an oil can. I only bought one. Colo Colo, good to see you. Cryptos 11 says, hi Keith, great to see you. Good to see you. Glad to have you on here. Eric Denim Logic says, what's up, y'all? What's up with you? Crypto Ojo 77. Damn, I said that right. Crypto Joe 77. Sup? What's up to you? 720 Max. Yeah, text, sorry. It's up, Nick. Good to see you, brother. So I didn't play Swift. Why did I not play Swift? Because even though Gainwell was out, they were talking like they were going to throw the ball a lot, and they did. Only problem is they also ran the ball a lot. I thought Minnesota would put up some kind of fight. Boy, did they not. Boy, did they not. They played super soft defense the whole time I've been watching. Of course, I took them out and put somebody else in because I thought that would be the better play. Look, Devontae Smith put up like 40 points. I ain't going to win anyway. You can't see a receiver put up his 2 longest catches of his career versus me, and their touchdowns. And I got no chance. Not this week. This is an L this week. Jeremy says, yo, I was just in that room a few minutes ago. He was here before you guys, before we started the stream. Fiat is toilet paper. What are some buy prices for H-bar and Casper? Well, we'll look at those right here in a second, okay? H-bar and Casper. We'll talk about what I've done. What's up, J. Nick? He says, evening, brother. I'm buried in doing corporate taxes due tomorrow, but keep you live and stay positive. Yeah, brother, I got an appointment with the tax man tomorrow myself. I started working on it today. Got to finish it up tomorrow. Not great. Whatever. Got to do it tomorrow. It sucks. I hate this part. Luckily, I saved money for the business to be able to pay taxes. That's the way it is. What's up, Ruggs? Says tuning in half asleep, bro. Wake your ass up out there in Hockeyville land. What else we got? Cycling Cot says it's tough to read out there. Hard to know where things are going. This isn't normal, is it? Yeah, I would say it is. Okay, good. 720. Sweet. So I know it's a little odd that the market's doing what it's doing. We haven't got any confirmation yet, but I want to go through some things here and show you why I've went ahead and bought a couple things. So I just got to ask about buy prices for H-bar and Casper. So let's start with Casper because I get a lot of requests about Casper. I'll start with Casper because not only do I get a lot of requests, but I've also went ahead and bought some, and I want to show you why. All right. So first, high time frame support is very important here. We have 2 support lines on Casper that have kind of been hit and held. First of all, it's this lower one down here at around 0.025 cent. All right. That one's held very well. As you see all the way back to June 2022, kind of held that low all the way to the end of the bear market in 2022, right before the new year started. Casper got a little bit of up, but not a lot. But the fact that this thing didn't do a lot of up leads me to think we won't break through all-time highs, that will likely just stall out at 786 because we've seen that pattern before. Those lower volumes going into the bull market tend to be lower volumes through the bull market. If that makes sense to you, all right? So that lower, first of all, that lower support line, I don't hate the idea of waiting for it to come down there, but I don't want to miss here. So what I went ahead and did was I did one of my first DCAs. I planned on putting about $2,000 in this, which would have been about 4% of everything I've got. I'm going to put about 4% or so of that in this. I went ahead and bought $500 because I didn't want to put too much. Didn't want to overdo it. So I thought, hey, about 1%. That's probably about the safe thing to do. And if I'm wrong, I only want to be wrong with 1%. All right. The reason I bought this was twofold. Number one, it was on this upper support line here. So there's another support line up here that's trying its best to hold now. As you see, it got above it with this really ugly looking head and shoulders it's doing right here. Can't deny that. That's a really ugly looking head and shoulders. And I think it could fail much lower if it doesn't break trend. This is why I only bought 1% worth. All right. If it doesn't break this trend line over here and get moving and invalidate by breaking over this right shoulder right here, then we are going to get more down and it's going to be ugly on the way down. So that's why I have this green box down here as my next dollar cost average. This will be the second place that I buy. Why is that? Well, again, long-term high time frame support. So first box I bought was the red box. I bought this red box because of support, as I said, and because if I pull some fibs on this and look, guess what, folks? That is a 786 headshot if I've ever seen it. Right here behind this support line, I'll hide this for a moment, is the 786 Fibonacci retracement line. That thing came down and did a almost perfect 786 retracement. Now, it has not broken through the upper zones above it yet to invalidate. If it comes down here and touches this fib and then breaks back through the previous lines, we're good to go. If it doesn't break back through these lines, then we may have a situation where she rolls over and plays dead and pulls back farther down, at which point it will engage my second DCA, which is down here. And that's the probably last place I'll buy until I see a trend break. If it doesn't break trend from down here and decides it wants to break even lower, I will sell and rebuy everything down lower. That isn't likely to happen, but in the event that it does, I want to be prepared for it. I want to have a plan. All right, so I've got one DCA in already. I'm looking for a second one if it fails. Down here, more close to 2.5 cents, or I'm sorry, 0.025. 2.5 cent. Yeah, not quite 3 cent, right? 0.025. If it gets down there, great, because I think that's the bottom of the barrel, where I'll unload the rest of my money. I don't want to go all in too fast because I think that's silly. I made that mistake last time. I want to be smarter than that this time. So it's another level of lessons learned from last time where I want to maximize the gains. All right. I've already started that process on Casper. We'll see how it goes from here. All right, cool. So I recorded that so I can put that on Twitter later. Apple. We'll look at Apple. I'll do H-bar here in a second. What's up, Raging Beagle? Good to see you, brother. Dreamer says DAG for something different. Is it though? It's only a 6-point game. How the hell it's only a 6-point game? Hold on. I don't believe you, Nick. You've lied to me. There's no way. Oh, you mean the game 6-point? Yeah. Yeah, of course DeAndre Swift puts up 25 points. Whatever, dude. It's my luck, bro. It's all good. I need Lamar Jackson to go off. He won't. It's all good. DAG, someone requests. Jeremy said, bro, the cakes are slamming, though. I told you, dude. Did you do more there? Because I'm telling you, I had to stop and get my mind back together before I got on here. So I was like, yo, I was off in the woods. All right, so let's go through and look at some of these. I want to go to H-bar. I will say I haven't bought H-bar yet. I wanted to see a little more here. So look what H-bar did, which was literally almost exactly the same thing that Casper did. Ran down to the 786 level, did a beautiful 786 headshot. If you don't know what 786 is and you're not sure how any of that works, well, no worries. We have a great deal for you. Just check out wop.com/team786 right there at the bottom. You can learn all about Fibonacci retracement and how it works. It's actually quite simple. We look for these levels of retrace to come down here and hit our sniper's alley. That's how we got our name. Once this sniper's alley gets hit, we look for it to bounce. This is what I want to see Casper do. You see how it came through the previous zone and is now sitting on top? I like that look. So I think the best chance to buy was down here at 786. I didn't take that chance. Now that it's gotten over, we can put some more stuff up there. 821 EMA, you do have 2 over. So if you wanted to try taking a risk here, it's not a horrible spot, right? We'd like to see it break the 50 and get moving here, but it may not. I want everybody to have your pause button ready because everything sneezes down just a little bit. And you know how fast these altcoins will bleed. They bleed quick. All right. I want to buy H-bar, but I haven't. I'm trying my best not to be an ape here. I have my eye on a couple other ones that look better, I think. And I'll show you those in a moment. So if you get that 821 cross, even more confirmation. So I would say 2 over the AEMA. That's first. All right, so you could do a DCA there. Not financial advice. Do your own thing. It's your money. You could do a DCA with the second close that you've already got. You could do a DCA when you get an 821 EMA cross, which you haven't gotten yet. And you could do another buy over the 50 moving average, which we're not even close to. Fair enough? Cool. But I will say this one is intriguing, and I'm going to put a star beside it because I think it could do more. All right, let's look at DAGs. Do you like DAGs? DAGs? So I've been waiting for this thing. I've been waiting for DAG to hit 0.025 for over a year. I said it would. hit 0.025. And I want you to look how miserably close it got. 0.0261. I missed it by 3/100ths. No. Yeah, 3/100ths of being correct. What the hell? 3/100ths, everybody. You can say whatever you want about TA. I don't like it. I don't use it. I don't think it works. I think you're wasting your time. You can't do TA on utility tokens. You don't understand how good the team is. They've got DoD contracts. Listen, I need you all to hit the pause button for a minute and look at this. How could we know this? How could we understand that it was a downtrend and wasn't going to recover? How could we know that if we do buy, we better be ready to sell if this thing doesn't do what we want it to, which we did? How do we know it's going to continue to be a falling knife? Well, it's because TA works, everybody. I hate to break it to you, but it's just the facts of it. Everything is mathematical and DAG is not special. This thing went almost exactly where we thought it could go. And honestly, I think it could fade a little bit more here. It hasn't broken the 8 EMA yet. I'm really wanting to buy some because it came down to one of my targets and I'm starting my DCA process as it is. I want to buy some, but man, I got that vibe that it's going down there to that white trend line and this fib line down here somewhere. So I don't want to be super silly here and buy something that I know is going down. At the same time, what's the price difference there? About 5 or 6%. Is it worth stressing over? Well, the answer is probably no. So I don't want to be too hardcore on this and be too crazy serious about it. I'm trying to be smart here and not overanalyze this. I've looked at buying some of this and I think I'll wait till next week on this one. It's not a buy signal. I'm trying to catch a falling knife 100%. I really want to see it over the 8 and 21 EMA, maybe over the 50, but they're so far from it. So that's why it makes me think we have time here. That's what makes me think it's going to chill out and go sideways for a bit and not necessarily run up and go crazy. I have my eye on it, obviously. Hey, DAG people. Hey, DAG Chads. I'm on your team. Don't get mad. I'm not your enemy. I'm on your team. I'm trying to be your best friend and help you make as much money as possible. Don't kill the messenger. What's up? Brad Cletty says fiddlesticks. Kelly Slade, good to see you, ma'am. How are you? VT. We can look at VT. Yep. URNM. Let's see. Velvet Vortex. What does it taste like, Jeremy? Fiat is toilet paper is a great name, by the way. I can't help but look at it and laugh every time I see it, dude. Hopefully people want those, but we'll see. All right, VET. Let's look at VET real fast. I've been eyeballing VET. I know everybody wanted to buy the hype on the Coinbase listing. It's still under the trend. It did jump the 821 EMA and the 50 moving average, which I like, which makes me want to buy into it now that it's gotten a little bit more confirmation. However, man, this feels dangerous. I will say this. It came down this same high time frame support that others did. You see this? High time frame support zone here. She came down, gave it a kiss, and moved off. It's the same thing that I was talking about with Casper, how it came down to a high time frame support and bounced. Look at DAG. Same thing, high time frame support and bounced. I hate to be the fool here who doesn't take some chances on this stuff. I haven't bought VET yet. I've been eyeballing it. I've got a mind to go ahead. I don't want to get cute and get over my head here. So I may go ahead and start the DCA process after this. After the live stream, we'll see. I'll think about it a little bit more and figure out what I want to do. I hate buying on the whim, but I do like it when people bring stuff up on here that I can see that I didn't already catch. That's beautiful. I love that stuff. Let's look at Apple real quick. DAG is a no. VT and H bar are close already. And then I haven't looked at those others. Let's look at this. APPL. All right. Apple continues to play ping pong here after making a lower high. It did make a gap, came back and almost closed that gap, but did not quite close it. It will later. Right now, it's still a bit of a falling knife under the 50 and the 821 EMA. It is sitting at what appears to be some sort of support here. Looks like we got a trend back test coming though, perhaps before it really moves off. If this comes way down, one would expect crypto does pull back some as well. However, I don't have the exact answer to that. I'm not trying to predict the future. What I can see is it is under everything for a buy. It's probably bouncing on a fib line right there. That's the wrong damn thing. I hate when I do that. Grab fib retracement. We'll start down here and we'll pull it up. And yeah, no, it's kind of under a fib. I'm gonna have to wait on this one. I don't like the fact that it's under that 236 like that. It looks like it wants to give you a little bit more down first. Perhaps a trend line back test before it really moves. And I think that would be okay. I wouldn't be too upset about it because I would like to get some Apple at some point here. You are in M. Spot uranium. We haven't done uranium in a while. We did talk about it a little bit, if you remember that. A couple live streams ago. But look at that thing run. Holy smokes. Broken trend over 821. This is a perfect chart, man. Look at that. You're over the 821, over the 50. The thing broke trend and has not stopped. It is overbought. It is trending way up. There is a gap, but I don't think I would come off of this until it rolled back over and failed the 8 or the 21. I think she's on a rip, and I think you should probably watch it run because she's going to keep going if it can keep up at this pace. A little slowdown isn't the end of the world if you get more up. Now, I want to show you a couple. Oh, one mullet. What's up, guy? She said, "What's up, nerd?" Near. I've got near that I was talking about today. Mullet the legend. Damn right. Let's see. Coinbase listed a couple days ago. They announced it. Today they just got it listed, I think. But whatever. All right. So I bought into these coming up here. Maybe I shouldn't have, but I bought some of them. Went ahead and bought DOT. Why did I do this? Well, again, high time frame support. All this zone through here, similar to others. I hate to leave something not bought on support. Got that? I felt like it's so far down. Some of these are down 90+% from the top. I feel like they're worth taking a little bit of a chance on. So I went ahead and did, right? The same thing I did with Casper is what I did with DOT. Saw it and thought, hey man, it looks as though it's on a high time frame support. I hate to not take a chance here. Sandbox, sand, similar, right? Come down here to support, same deal, run down to high time frame support. Doesn't seem to want to give up just yet. Kind of thinking about it, kind of not. I hate to not take a chance on something like this. I went ahead and got some of this. Felt like so far down it was worth it. I haven't bought this one coming up, which was Theta. Man, I almost bought it. It's just sitting here flat on the bottom, right next to support, begging me to buy it. It's trying to hold this level. It has not broken trend, as you see. It has not broken the 821 EMA. It's only broken the 8. It has not broken, and this hammer candle isn't on every exchange, I found out. It has not broken the 21. It's close. It makes me want to go ahead and start buying a little. So even if I'm wrong and this thing goes down more, I'm only wrong a little. But if I'm right, hey man, I'm a hero because I bought the perfect bottom, right? So again, that's my thought process behind this. Zeal, I haven't bought yet. Similar story though. She's sitting right here around high time frame support. I really hate to back off from this and not buy it. Man, it's tough. Look at that. I mean, it's begging me to, hey Keith, buy me. Boy, don't I wanna. So that's another one that I've been thinking about but haven't done. BAT. Look at this one. It's just boiling in this corner right here. This is a falling wedge, everybody. You got price action pushing this way, price action pushing this way, falling wedge. That is a bullish scenario. You would play the breakout is the way to do it. Well, buying in right now is a little early because it hasn't broken out yet, right? So I'm trying not to get in this situation where I buy a shit ton of coins and get in over my head. But man, some of these charts are juicy. So I hate to back off from them. They're way down and they're showing a little promise, and that gets me excited. You notice that I haven't brought up the big dogs yet. Let's go look at some of the big dogs. Now, I did go ahead and buy Decentraland. Similar story, scraping the lows of 2022 right here. Could this fail more? Yes. Felt like it might be worth taking a chance on it, so I did. XRP, I went ahead and bought some of this. Why? Because it came down close to the level that I have in this green circle. Not exactly, but close. All right. Went ahead and bought some of that. Felt like it was worth taking a chance on. I'll DCA a little bit more if I need to. Didn't buy it all. Bought some. Here's some that I didn't. Algorand. Man. I thought, hey, this is near those 2020 lows. Should I go ahead and buy some? Man, I'm thinking about it. As bad as Algorand looks and as bad as it's been, man, it can't keep up like this forever. So I've got a hankering to buy. I've got a hankering to buy some. It's just dragging its ass. And for that reason, it's such an underperformer. It makes me want to get in on it. I didn't buy ADA. FTM, I thought I sold it. Turns out I didn't. So again, it's at support. Oh man, begging me to buy. I already got a little, begging me to buy. AVAX, not at support. It's at low. It's at lows. Yeah. If this doesn't, I can't do it yet on AVAX. I just can't. If this doesn't break, it's just going to back test $10 and fail more. So I haven't done it for that reason. I want to see a little bit more from AVAX. It's so far down that I'm fine waiting on it. What else? Yeah, NEAR. NEAR is just boiling in this corner right here. All right. Getting near 2020 lows as well. Running into support down here is the big blob of support, big blob of candles. You're running down there near it now. Man, I really hate to be the guy who misses these. That FOMO feeling, I mean, I get it too. You can tell, right? The way I'm expressing this is, I see the same things you guys see. I want to buy some of these damn things. They're so far down that I hate to miss. Arbitrum, I went ahead and bought some of this because it tested the bottom of this channel here. And so far, it's pulled off the bottom. I didn't go crazy. Bought a little, not a lot. I have a lot more saved than I want to put in on it. What else did I do? I think that's it. I think that's all of them that I bought. I didn't go crazy. Oh, Atom. I went ahead and bought some Atom. Why? Again, look at this thing bend over here and run to the, scrape the lows from 2022. It just basically ran over and scraped the lows. If it fails, fine. I get it. But I feel like it was worth the risk to try here. So I went ahead and DCA'd here. Maybe I caught the perfect bottom. I'm hopeful. SHIB, similar story. Scraping the lows. Doge, near its lows. I feel like these need to have a chance taken, so that's why I did it. Filecoin, similar story. Scraping the lows. Sure, they could break lower, and I could be flat dead wrong. Right? This is why I took the chances that I took. I want you to see it and be honest with you. VRA. Here you go. It appears to be wanting to hold this line from way back. That red line right there. Went ahead and made me a buy. I wanted to put a lot more into this, but I haven't seen a trend break. I'll be more comfortable putting more into it if I see a trend break. Hasn't happened yet. It's still stuck right in this corner. All right. So look at the Bollinger Bands on this heifer. Pretty darn tight. Widening out a little bit, but mostly sideways. And there's a chance this thing absolutely fails miserably or breaks north. Right. I'm ready for both of them. I have money set aside for VRA here. I haven't bit yet, but I'm thinking about it. I'd like to add more, but I need to see a break. Dab says, Keith, you doing these alts doing too much before the halving. Do you see these alts doing much before halving? I think there's a possibility they come up off the ground some. Yeah. And that's why I'm talking about them. Really until after halving, when Bitcoin gets moving, we'll see more influx of alts. But for the most part, people do Bitcoin and Ethereum first. I know this. And because of that, they're going to go first and do the most at first. And then you'll see profits roll from Bitcoin into those others when they go parabolic. All right. Not all of them will do that. So it'll be on us to chart them as we go along. Maybe they don't do anything until halving, but I hate to miss the bottoms on these. Right. Maybe I get stuck in liquidity a little bit and shit goes sideways. I get it. But sometimes a risk worth taking if everything's sitting on near support like they are now. Everything's kind of near support. Let's see, which exchange you use in the US? I use MEXC, Coinbase Pro, Binance US, Crypto.com. You can use Uphold. You can use regular Coinbase. I'll have a different way to do some things soon, but I can't do them yet because I don't have that way yet, but I'm working on it. Casper. Have a look at Casper. That's one that I missed the train on. And when the train left the station, I decided not to buy it. So I haven't bought them, sticking to my guns and don't want to be the guy. Let's see. Keep your powder dry. Better entries coming. Yeah, I kind of agree. I think there may be better entries coming, and that's why I don't want to throw it all in. Maybe fire a couple warning shots, right? Maybe it's worth it to fire a couple test shots. I think I have about 12% in right now. The rest of it's just sitting on the sidelines. And it's really hard for me to sit on the sidelines like this. Why do I always say having it? Why do I always say having it's a head injury? That's pretty good. Hex is looking mega juicy. Let's look at that. Mullet said, no, thank you. I rode the last 10,000X. I will do it again. Oh, that's tough, bro. There's been a lot of shit come up with Hex since then. It might be a head injury that we share. It's pretty good. Morpheus Network. M and W. Remember all that hype they got? Boy, that slowed down, didn't it? Grape Jolly Rancher? Shut up. Dude, someone better buy them. That's all I know. I don't know if I'm able to get more of them either. We'll see. All right. So let's go with perp first. I'm going to ask for that. By the way, in case you guys didn't know, we're halfway through here. I like to take a break about halfway through. Everything that I buy and sell is listed in the Discord first. I'll talk about it on here after. But all of my entries, everything that I post, every dollar I spend on crypto, I put it in the Discord first for the subscribers to see. Right? I'll even list it in the spreadsheet, when I bought it, how I bought it, where I bought it. I even post a chart of why I bought it, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Right? I have nothing to hide from people. I like to keep it that way. I like to be real with people. I don't want anyone to think that I'm someone special who does special things. That's not the truth. I want everyone to be understanding that I'm not like the rest of the influencers. I'm not the only, that's not true. I'm one of the only who'll come up here and keep it straight with you. You're not going to get that in a lot of other places. And because of that, I'm never going to change that. Okay. If you would like to get in on our Discord, it's 10 whopping bucks a month. That's one fancy coffee for this right here. wop.com/team786. It's very cheap. 10 bucks a month. You can do the 16 bucks a month and you get a free month first. All right. Cause it kind of actually saves you a little bit if you do that. We also have a yearly plan. If you want to do the yearly plan, it's all on there. Jump on there and check it out. Rather easy to use. I shall show you now. It didn't pop up on the screen I wanted it to pop up on, but it popped up nonetheless. Give it a second. It's loading. It's loading. Maybe it's loading. It didn't load. There it goes. Blow. Here you go. You have multiple payment options. You can do Google Pay. You can do PayPal. You can pay with crypto. You can pay with a debit card. Choice is yours. Knock yourself out. Again, you're not going to find what we do cheaper almost anywhere else. I don't care. Maybe there's other people doing it for cheaper, but I doubt they have the people and the skill that we have in our Discord. So on to the charts again. Let's look at perp. Boy, that's an ugly looking chart. Let's do KuCoin. That's much better. All right. Look at that volatility on this one, dude. Again, you see how I kind of scraped the floor here? That's cool. That's what I'm seeing on these other charts that I think may happen. We may get these pop-ups after it scrapes the floor like this. And I don't want to be the guy who misses out on those, right? This chart looks very similar to a lot of them where they've just not broken out yet. And then look how perp broke out. Now, she's pulled back very rapidly and has gotten almost back down to where it was before. So if perhaps you thought you missed on this one, you may get a chance to get back in where you thought you missed. This is a really interesting looking chart and it really lights my eyes up because I see a lot that look like this, just haven't done it yet. All right. Thank you for bringing this up. Whoever brought it up, I appreciate it. I'm not going to buy this. I'm going to buy some others, but I do like this for directions, which is pretty cool. All right. Casper. I'll say this about Casper before we get it up here. People are getting real euphoric with this. And when I see people getting euphoric, it usually means it's not going to last much longer. People thinking that they're absolutely going to destroy on this. And I would say for the most part, you're doing pretty well so far. What happens if anything changes? This thing has sprinted the entire bear market. I mean, sprinted. Opposed to what most have done, this thing has been far out and away better than everything else, aside from Pepe when it first started. All right. It is over the 821. It didn't break a high recently. It came close and pulled back yesterday. Let's see what it does here going forward. I would have liked it to make a new higher high right there. It made an even high, kind of swept the high, kind of the opposite of sweeping the lows. Like I said, these alts have been doing. I wouldn't be opposed to it doing another trend line test and bouncing again, but I don't hate this move. It is over every moving average, I believe. Yes, it is over every moving average and dancing around with the highs. It's not time to run away yet, that's for sure. Casper far outrunning everything else in the crypto market. No one looks as good as this one does. Hex. I haven't looked at this one in a while. Ooh, I don't know about this. I don't know about this one. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Let me find a better chart. Oh, Poloniex. Ooh, I don't know. This looks like a fallen knife. A little worse than the others. I'll show you why I say that. I don't have any good data here either. It's got delisted on a lot of exchanges, didn't it? If I'm not mistaken. This guy was scamming people with or not scamming people. He was just selling on their heads, which I guess isn't opposed. I mean, if I was a nearly billionaire, I'd probably do the same thing. It is coming down here to the lows. I'll agree on that. It's near 2020 lows. I just don't know if I want to be involved in this. That's all. There's a lot of negativity floating around about this one because of the dude who runs it. It is near lows, I'll admit, and it does appear to be making a double bottom here. There's a lot of others to buy, so I'm going to say no for me. But if you're looking to try to scrape the bottoms and get some pieces of something, it may be an opportunity for you here. Morpheus Network. All right. So Morpheus did do what we thought it would do, which was scatter back down through these fibs. It didn't go quite as high as I thought it would, but it did do the dance back down exactly like I hoped it would. I liked the inverse head and shoulder that it made. Now I want you to look. Same situation that I just brought up on the other ones was this here. Look at that. See what I'm saying? Back at support again. I really hate to be the dude who misses buying things at support when they're there. Problem, it's still stuck under this trend. It just hasn't broken out yet. It's close to breaking out, but it hasn't. If these things fail support, it's going to get gnarly. Hopefully it doesn't do that. Just get that feeling like the government's going to stick it in deep and break it off, all right? I do like the fact that it's sitting at support. You don't have an 821 or trend break, but it is close. So I'm going to star that one because I want to go back and look at it later. People ask me all the time, what do you do to keep track of things? Do you do it electronically? And I don't. Here's what I do, okay? I write it down and I put little stuff beside it and I write the date right there beside it. Then I go back later with a highlighter and I highlight things that I may have thought about or missed or whatever. The stars mean go back and look. The check marks mean you're good. The dash lines mean no thank you, right? I have my own little system in my head that I use. And I'll encourage you to come up with your own too to help you out down the road. Pen and paper is the ultimate for me. It's very simple and easy and smooth. I like it that way and I'll probably keep it that way. Ronnie said I got delisted on Tinder. KSO, we can do that. Wombat. Ooh, okay. The stable coin. I attempted to just go ahead and buy my 100K of VT now. The Coinbase listed it. See, that's exactly why I don't want to do that, because a lot of people are like you are saying that immediately makes me want to do the other thing. You know what I mean? Maybe that's the wrong thing to do, but it immediately makes me want to do something opposite. I will buy some. Yeah. Oh, okay. It tastes like watermelon too. That's cool. Those are big miners are still really expensive and rewards are going to down quick with all the new miners coming in. Yeah, I agree. Yeah. Trying something new. Euphoria gives me chicken skin. Then again, I am ruled by fear. Link and XTZ. Link. XTZ. Can do that. Crypto Moon Boy, what's up, brother? Good to see you. Let's look at it now since you brought it up. I haven't looked at Tezos in a really long time. You know you've been doing this a long time when you know the name of a bunch of these blockchains without even seeing it. You just know it. Man, been doing this shit too long, bro. All right. So, interestingly enough, we've gone into Sniper's Alley here like I was talking about on others. This is the zone that we want to try to capture the best gains possible. There is no support here, it doesn't look like. Back through here, I don't see any support coming down. Let me see if I can find the oldest possible Tezos chart. I believe this one's older. No. Coinbase? Yeah, there we go. Yeah, you don't have much support back down through here, so there's a possibility it could fail all the way back to here. And since it's already kind of broken lows, but it is making a fallen wedge, I can't deny that. A bit of a fallen wedge here. Let's see what I mean. You got this, and then you have this. Can't argue that's a fallen wedge. It hasn't broken out of that wedge yet, though. So if you're taking a chance here, you're taking a chance on limited downside with maximum upside. I get that. It's just not quite primed for a buy, but I will say it's near a support level, just not quite there yet. However, ton of gains there if it ever gets to where it should. Let me pull up the other one I had with the drawings on it. This one. Look at the gains back. If it breaks back through all-time high and goes up to 1414, it's a 25x. Just back to Sniper's Alley if we flip these fibs the other way around, which we'll do now. Flip them back the other way around. Back to Sniper's Alley, it looks like we've got about an 8 to 10x back to Sniper's Alley, which I think this one will likely get to. It'll at least get to the 50 fib, which is $2.30, which is a solid 400 or 500x. Not quite, actually 230x from where we're at. Well, I'm going to pull this down just a little bit here. Yeah, about 250% back to the 50 fib. That's still pretty good. I do think it'll make it to at least the 250, the 50 fib and the 618 are highly likely. There's resistance all through here to slow it down. I do think they're likely going to come back up here to the golden pocket, though. We'll see after that. I think it's likely. Link. I'm glad we brought that up. I haven't talked about Tezos in forever. Link still doing its thing, which is absolutely nothing down here on support. I've already bought a little bit of Link, so I'm going to let it ride and leave it alone. I think it's going to hold this range. It refuses to fail it in either direction. So as long as it holds the range, I'm okay with it. It is tying up a little bit of my liquidity, but again, 1%. 1%. That's all I'm willing to give you. 1%. It looks as though it's broken trend again. Perhaps we could put some more in it, but I hate to be the silly here and do too much. However, you have broken the trend line. There's a short-term one right there. You are over the 8 and 21 EMA. You're capped off by the 50 moving average, which is about $6.61. I think it'll get up there and hit it, though. You're welcome. Juan Macedo, good to see you, bro. I haven't seen you in a minute. Chadman says, I've been ghosted. No, you're not ghosted. I wrote that Mexi joke and he didn't even flinch, bro. Bro, I'm so sad about Algorand that I didn't flinch. No, I'm just sad about it like you are. I would have expected more from it, and it's done nothing. Tough crowd sometimes. What do you think about total market cap could be for the next bull cycle? Good question. Let's go look at dominance and see the total market cap. Real fast, like. So we talked about this before. We can actually get a really, really good bead on this. I'll go ahead and pull fibs off. We'll stretch this out to the end of 2025, which will be somewhere over here. How about weekly to make sure? That's July, August, September, October, and let's do November. There we go. Right, so there's fibs in that direction, and now we'll do a fib time zone, which will be similar to what we have up there now. Nope. Yeah, fib time zone. We'll do this similar to what we have here. We'll pull this out. This will give us a bit of a grid across the chart and show us different boxes at different levels. So I think 2.5 to 3 trillion is a lock. I think that will definitely happen. 2.5 to 3 trillion. Okay. I think it's likely going to happen by May to the second half of 2024. How about that? Where could we get if we break out? That's 4 to 8 trillion. That would be the top end. If we blow the top off and things get silly, which I don't think they'll do, but I hope they do, 18 trillion. That sounds insane. But I think there's a possibility that it happens. If that happens, everybody who's in here and bought almost anything is going to be head over heels lucky that they did it and they were paying attention. Most people will get in way up here and ride it from here up, and they're going to do really well as well. But you'll have bought absolute bottom dollar prices, which is pretty good. Now, there again, because I said that, I don't think it's going to happen. I think it's important to understand that we're likely going to get up here to 2.5, 3 trillion, then we'll see from there. If it doesn't get up here in a hurry and do its normal thing, something's up. All right. If I see this thing roll over and quit when it gets up here, I'll know something else is up. And then we obviously know that by the end of 2025, if it hasn't done its move by then, it ain't going to do it. Okay. We can see this and we know this. So it's something else I'll be keeping my eye on. You'll see this grid that I have drawn on many, many charts that I do in the future, because much like an excavation site from architectural standpoint or archaeological standpoint, I'm going to draw a grid like here. I'm going to plot this thing as we go. And I think because of that, we'll have a better mark on it. Cycling Cotton says the Jim Cramer of crypto. Bro, don't you dare. Max is looking for exit liquidity, right? The BitMEX guy. Who is Max Hayes? Yeah. Let's see. Smash that like button. Yeah, Danny Carney said it. We only got a couple more minutes here. Did you say Trilly? 18 Billy. Yeah, 18 Trilly. Yeah, 18 Trilly. Yeah. It's already sitting around 1 trillion. We're already flirting with 1 trillion. But, you get up there toward 18 trillion, that's a ton of money. Okay? A ton of money. Could that happen with ETFs going on and the market opening up to a whole new sector of the world that has zero captivity right now in it? I mean, it's possible. Yeah. I realize that. So, that being said, take your chances carefully. Be smart. Don't get cute. Find your risk level and be okay with it. I say this all the time, but there's 4 rules that we should be following. Rule number 1, everybody, no emotions. If you get emotional, you're going to lose money. You might make emotional decisions that work sometimes, but it's a crapshoot at best. And we can do better than a crapshoot. Okay. So remove your emotions from what you're doing. These coins do not love you back. You can love them all you want. They don't give a shit about you. I promise you they don't. They only want your money. That's what you're there for. So you need to get money out of it, not always put money in it. Okay. Well, number 1, no emotions. Number 2, have a plan. If you don't have a plan, you're doing it wrong. And I mean a realistic plan with lines wrote down about what you plan on doing, how you plan on doing it, et cetera, et cetera. If you don't have a plan, get one, because you're going to lose without it. You're going to get to a point where you don't have an idea of what to do and you're going to make the wrong decision. Be better than that. Rule number 3, what's your backup plan? Not only should you have a plan, but you should have a secondary plan in case things go wrong, because I promise you, things will go wrong. When they go wrong, what are you going to do? You're going to freeze up? You're going to tuck tail and bail? Or you're going to do the right thing and man up and figure it out? Because that's what I'm going to do. I do not like losing. I'm super competitive. I don't care what it is, whether it's drawing or writing or running around a track or throwing a ball or a dart. I don't want to lose. I hate losing. All right, so I'm going to do everything I can to have my backup plan prepared so I don't lose F at all. And if I lose a little bit, I'm okay with that, but I'm not going to lose big. Rule number 4 is the last rule for a reason. It's my favorite rule for that. I say it's my favorite rule for a reason. Take your profits. I don't have my echo button working over here right now. I got to reset that. But if you don't take profits, I will take your profits for you. I do not want that to be the case. All right. I want to take profits with you. I promise you that for every one of us who is doing TA, there's 8 or 9 people who are not. There will always be people for us to sell to at the top. And for that reason, I am going to do so. The sharks will come out at the bottom and the sharks will come out at the top. We will find a place to leave and we will get out and smile. And a whole bunch of people are going to end up what we call holding the bag. All right. You're going to be holding a bag that goes down 90% like we are now in all these altcoin charts I just showed you. Okay. Don't tell me it can't happen. Do not tell me that can't happen, because it will. Some of you are listening to this right now are going to get sold to at the top. Some of you on here right now, you're going to do some kind of bullshit whitelist, or you're going to get in on some, oh my God, they have amazing APY staking plan. Bro, what are you doing? Think about it. Are you really going to fall for that? You're better than that. You're smarter than that. Do better. All right. We don't play that game here. We are better than that. We can do better. We will do better. All right. So what else we got? Take your profits, take your profits, take your profits. Damn right. 90% of people looking for home runs, 10% managing risk. It is that easy. Absolutely. You may hit a home run. All right. But like Tony Gwynn used to say, I don't go up there looking to hit a home run. I go up there looking to make contact. If you throw me a pitch, I'm going to try to hit it. Not always hit it out, but if you do something stupid, I will. I would rather just hit the ball and make sure you can't get me out. All right. I'm going to try to do the same thing here. I'm going to play Moneyball. I'm going to try to do it better than most. And I think with the help of you guys and all of our collaborative brain power together, we're going to do just great. Things I didn't talk about yet were Bitcoin. I do see this thing run into the trend line here. It still keeps on going when I think it's going to stop. It was Bart Simpsoning. It has broken north. There is some liquidity here to be grabbed. Trend line's a little whack. I had it in a linear mode. That's why. There you go. That's a little bit more. I mean, this is an up close zoomed in point here in linear mode. Kind of holding 382. I thought this would fail here into a bearish retest. It did not. I still think there's a possibility we come down here and test 24. If we look at the weekly moving averages, you'll see why I say that. We never came down and tagged that 50 weekly. We're still trapped in between the 821 EMA and the 50 here. I think there's a possibility we still come down and make that test, and that'll sting on the way down. All right, that might even happen next week, depending on what the federal government does. So I want you to keep your head about you and not just be an ape and go crazy here. I don't want anybody to come blaming me for anything. Yes, things look like they're trying to bounce off the bottoms right now, but by God, be careful with your risks. I'm not taking big risks. Why are you? Have you learned nothing? Have you learned nothing from the last time? Okay. Big risks are cool during the middle of the bear market. I'm sorry, middle of the bull market. We ain't there yet, folks. We might be at the precipice of it, at the cusp of it. Not there yet. Okay. Oh, he's got an ugly girlfriend. All right. Dollar finally stalling, but has monthly targets open still in September as rec timber. Again, yes, I think there's a solid possibility that everything could reverse on us real quick until we break some trends. And as you see right there on the screen in front of you, trends have not broken yet. Head and shoulders could form, roll over, and absolutely pow, jab you right in the mouth. And that's that left-handed jab too, with that southpaw jab you didn't see coming. So this has been an awesome stream. I went by really, really quickly. Thank you all for watching. I appreciate every single one of you coming on here and watching. We had 50-something people at one point. It's cool. In the bull market, we'll have 100 or 200, hopefully. Got Zoom after this for all the subs. It'll be posted over in the unlimited chat, but maybe 1 minute after this. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you guys on Thursday next week. We'll have videos coming out. We have potential guests, potential live streams. I'm working on stuff in the background constantly, I promise. Remember, folks, I want you to make the best of your todays, the worst of your tomorrows. That's Jay-Z, a billionaire. And in the words of the late, great, notorious B.I.G., y'all could have been anywhere in the world. You chose to come hang out with me. You'll never understand how much I appreciate that. Thank y'all. I'll see y'all on the next live stream. Sky's the limit. Y'all be good. Peace.